All right, well, welcome to the first time ever to the garage. We're back with the z50 today. I think I've decided this is going to be more of my winter build, just for the sheer fact of this can fit in the basement. However, I would like to make it roll prior to that. The rear tire does not roll at all. Front tire does, but it doesn't do very well. Now, I can't get this bolt out, which this camera seems way more high quality than my last one. Sorry, I just noticed that. So one of two things I believe is going on. One, these things are so bent that it's just not allowing the bolt to come out. It's just bound up. Or two, the races on the bearings inside have corroded themselves onto the bolt that goes through there. And normally I would never think of that. However, very, very common on there. For the 83 and 4 250Rs, I almost had to cut mine. Luckily, I was able to put an air hammer on it and just barely got it out. But that could be the other thing that could be going on. I hope the fan's not making a bunch of wind noise, but it could be. But so what I'm going to do, now like I said, I've never worked on one of these before, so I don't know what I'm doing. I believe in order to drop these forks out, the only thing I can see is there's these two bolts. I think there's a three-wheeler kind of like that. I can't remember what it is right now. I want to say the 200ES, but I think that's wrong because those have solid forks that then come down. I think there's a bolt down here. I can't remember right now. But either way, I'm going to try and doing these two bolts and see if that just comes out. I don't know why it wouldn't. If it doesn't, then I guess I'll have to take the whole top piece off, take the whole triples off with it and all, and then take a better look at it. But that's the only thing I see that's holding it on right now, assuming that that is what it is. So I'm going to try to get those off, primarily because I want to try to straighten out these forks. They're not good. I think I said this in my last video, that basically I can straighten them my best as I can, and if it doesn't work out, I'm not out anything, because that's the questionable one. This guy I think I could do pretty well, because he's not real bent. This one is bent to the chance that it could be slightly ovaled. It's not quite pinched, but it's hard telling. I also like some of you guys' input. I know normally like this is the time where I cut the camera, we come back, we figure out what I screwed up, and then we go from there. Would you guys actually want to see me working on the piece of equipment, no matter what it is, with one of these pieces of junk? Because I know I'm going to put the top end on there soon. I was going to do that tonight, but I didn't feel like it. And this is more my enjoyment thing. I want to get that stand together because I'm getting ready for deer season. And that's why my stuff might become slow during deer season, depending on how quick I get a deer. Or 4 deer. But yeah, if you guys want to see more like that, I'll definitely be able to do it on this in the future. When I finish that guy, when I do that guy. I assume then it'd be more of a... what do you call it? More of an entertainment factor than me just being like, here we go, and then we're done, you know? So I'd like some input back on that. If some people like how it is, I'll just keep doing like I'm doing it. I'm fine with that. It's easier that way. So, yeah, let's actually get to this, though, and quit my rambling, and let's see if those two bolts do it. Well, got them out. Sadly, things did not go as well as planned. And I might start looking into some alternative parts other than trying to straighten these. For the sheer fact of, well, this one obviously, as I stated originally, I think there's either a bearing stuck on there or it was stuck because these things were so twisted. This guy will not come off. He's going to have to get cut off, and then I'll see if that axle's even good anymore. But I might also look into new parts if they're not overly expensive, spend the money, be done with it. Oddly enough, this side that's super bent, the cap actually came undone on. On the other side that's not as bent, it shattered instantly. I tried using this stuff, the shrink stuff. I tried using that on here to kind of try to make that shrink up a little, put a little bit of heat on those guys, and plenty of penetrating fluid, obviously. And still an obvious mess there. And I was barely able to get that guy out. Luckily I got the tire separated from the drum. The pads were so bad, they just fell off. They were completely disconnected from here, which this thing must have not been too old when it got wrecked, because them pads still have a ton of thickness on them. That or they were just replaced. Have to see what story the rear end tells me. But yeah, that was fun, some might say. But my thoughts are right now, I don't think the tube pieces themselves are too expensive. I have the rest of the parts. They already both need a rebuild since they're out. This one doesn't even have that plastic piece on it. As you can see, the one that's on there. I believe there's a pin or something there you can take out to separate the spring from there, which I have not looked at this thing real closely. And it's a greasy mess. I think this pin is somewhere in there. So, yeah, it's apart. That was weird. That was a cough and a hiccup. But, no burp. But, now we're going to look at stuff and see, because I don't have a press to properly straighten these. Sorry, I have hiccups now. Oh, that's cool. And I could probably do it at work, but if the forks don't cost that much, it'd be stupid for me not to just replace them and know I have things that are correct for it, other than just trying to throw together my front suspension. It does not, to me, seem like a great idea. However, I would like to be cheap. There's areas to not be cheap in. On this thing, I don't think suspension's one of them, because I'm a larger individual to start with, and this thing's gonna need that suspension. Another thing I kind of noticed is these guys also were kind of twisted from the impact. That I think I can fix, because as soon as I undid it down here, they just kind of sprang out. But that I think can be fixed. I'm not as concerned about that, and if I could find a deal on a whole complete triple handlebars everything, I'd probably go ahead and do that. I do know there are cheap eBay handlebars that are the same. Goddamn hiccups. But we'll just have to see how things look and if I can find someone who has them at a decent enough price, because I don't want my front end to buckle under me. That'd be not cool. Like these damn hiccups. I really don't like shooting things twice, so that's why we're just going to suffer through hiccups now. But, yeah, that's going to be it for this one anyways, so thanks for watching. Hopefully we'll get to the rear end of this thing next, see what's going on there. Ultimately, I'm going to tear it down and paint it, so that's why I'm kind of tearing things off right now. Because I want this thing to look halfway decent, like 20-footer. Oh, hiccups are stupid. But, yeah, we're going to see what we can make out of this thing, because it was headed to the junkyard, and then the guy I got it from took it off someone's trailer who said, yeah, you can have it, as they were on their way to the junkyard with it. So basically, trying to resurrect something that was supposed to be smashed a while ago and turned into Priuses. So we'll see what we can do with it. Thanks for watching.